What's up, friends? In our daily reading plan, we're reading John 15. Okay, so Jesus talks about how he is a vine and we are branches. And the idea is that we're connected to him, he's the source, and as long as we are connected to him, we're gonna be healthy and growing, and what's flowing through him, is gonna flow through us. I think that's super simple, but can get complicated real quick. He says, if this thing is not bearing fruit, right, he will prune it off. Meaning, in order for you to grow, there has to be a pruning process. And pruning is not fun, but it's worth it when you look at the goal of being healthy and growing, right? So sometimes we try to choose happiness at the expense of being healthy, and that God's just never gonna take those shortcuts. He's never gonna make that compromise. He's interested in you being and becoming the best version of yourself and being healthy and whole and bearing fruit. And one of those things that change our health and our growth more than anything in our life are relationships, okay? I've heard it said that you are only as healthy as your relationships. I think that's kind of what Jesus is saying. He's saying your relationship with me, you're only gonna be as healthy as your relationship with me. So you gotta abide with me. And now when things are going on in your life that are not super healthy, you're gonna sense the Holy Spirit give you the opportunity to change those things. But when you've given your life to Jesus, you've also given him permission to prune you as well. I remember when I first started following Jesus, I had a number of friendships in my life that were not healthy. They weren't bringing me closer to him. See, relationships either draw you closer to God or they draw you further from God. You know that, and I know that. And I had like this group of friends that I was hanging out with, and they were awesome and I loved them, but we got into a lot of nonsense together. I realized I was gonna have to kind of like do some pruning on my own. I realized I was gonna have to create a little bit of space with them so that I wasn't spending so much time being pulled away from the things that God wanted me to do. And you know what? If you're watching this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about writing somebody off, okay? I didn't go to any of my friends and I was like, I'm a Christian now, and it's just, I'm holier than you, and I can't be a part of this wickedness. No, I didn't do that. I just found a way to give me enough space to stay connected with Jesus and not compromise what he was doing through me. I mean, I wound up leading those friends to Christ. I'm still good friends with all of them to this day. But if you're watching this video and you're feeling like you're not growing, and you really need to look at your relationships, because that's gonna be one of the biggest game changers. Some of those relationships may be making you happy, but is it at the expense of being healthy? And can you trust God with your ultimate happiness? Because God does care about your well-being. He doesn't want you to suffer for no reasons, but he's also got a great plan and purpose for your life. Trust him today. Choose healthy over happy. Either prune yourself or get ready for him to prune you. Stay connected to the vine, little branch. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.